It's Jennifer Evans with Empowering Wellness Counseling Solutions, and we have an exciting week this week. We are all about mindfulness, so we are jumping in this week. We have 2 success groups that are kicking off. It is the key steps to live a happier and healthier life, part 2. The success groups will follow that. We have a girls group, which is a professional women's group. So we're talking about relationships. We're talking about work-life balance. Like, how do we build our lives as we're just stepping into the world on our own? And how do we let go of that implicit messaging that comes in as a part of us trying to discover who we are and individuate from our old nuclear family as we try to build a new nuclear family and kind of search for that right person to build our life with. So we've got a lot of great things that are happening in the women's professional group. And then we have a men's group on Tuesdays, which is going to be focused on growing up out of relationships. So as we found heartbreak and we found that men have kind of this really core sense of self to be a father, a provider, a husband, they find themselves lost after losing these long-term relationships, whether they're finishing a divorce. Many are kind of just getting into the game of separation. Some just got the bomb dropped on them that their partner wants to leave. And so we're going to be looking through that. And both groups will be following part 2 of the key steps to live a happier, healthier life, emotional regulation. So we have 3 key steps. The first was really the success, understanding your vision of success and building goals. And then we looked at all the ways in which the stressors in our life pull us from our internal focus and our success and moved us to comparison and external validation. We're now doing emotional regulation, which is going to be really fun. And then we're going to look at grief beyond loss. We're looking at distress tolerance. We're looking at a lot of different archetypes in our self-value, gratitude and suffering, perceived expectations, and manifesting positive energy. And then the core of it all is this understanding of universal constructs. And universal constructs are the 5 key things that we must all need. And when we don't, that is a big trigger that pulls us into that implicit brain. And we just start reacting very, very, very quickly. And I've got a great map for you to see once we get to that. So that's kind of what the next 9 weeks unfolds for us, is we're going to release the book. We're going through the success group. I'm doing it on the YouTube just like I am, going through the group. So chapter 1 in the book is part 1, day 1 in the group. And that is what we're focused on in our YouTube channel. So the theme of the week is mindfulness. We always start with mindfulness because it is grounding. It is the foundation to wellness. We cannot be well unless we're in the here and now, and we can't stay well unless we look at the here and now without any judgment. There's no shame in this game. So sit back and learn some really great things about how to be mindful. How do we stay in a present state? How do we optimize when we are in a triggered state? How do we make that into a valued state? There's so much things that we're going to learn this week. Subscribe, stay attuned to all of the things that we're going to talk about. I've got a really great program for you. Thank you so much. Hi, it's Jennifer Evans with Empowering Wellness Counseling Solutions, and we are talking everything there is about meditation. So this week we are all about mindfulness and being present in the here and now. And now I want us to look at meditation. There's a difference between mindfulness and meditation. But it's an important unity to have because one will help you build the key foundational skills that you need to be able to achieve the other. So when we have a meditation practice, it naturally flows in our ability to be mindful, and we use one with the other to help rebuild that neural network. And we just talked about yesterday, we learned about kind of monkey brain and how we're constantly on the move. And so how we're going to settle it is through meditation. So what is the difference between mindfulness and meditation? Well, mindfulness is the act of being present in the here and now without judgment. So we're allowing life to serve us in the here and now and without any judgment. And meditation is a practice in a lot of different ways. It's a practice where we are kind of connected to our breath, and we're connected to a space of calm and relaxation. And so the difference is they are very, very similar. And sometimes when we do kind of our mindful practices, it can feel like meditation, but meditation is meant to kind of build kind of a higher power, if you will. It's to build this existential connectedness, where mindfulness really is about being present in the here and now. And so we look at, the science behind meditation and what are the benefits of it. And the science behind it and the benefits of it is it really creates a lowered blood pressure. It creates better heart rate. It allows us to really be grounded and find more grounding in the here and now. And there's a lot of different types of meditation, and mindfulness is a type of meditation. It does allow us to sit quietly with our thoughts and feelings like meditation does. There's also concentration meditation. Concentration meditation is this idea of directing attention to a single object or thought. You usually do kind of that mantra, that is the concentration meditation. It's allowing you to concentrate on one thing, and this will help you to improve focus and reduce mental chatter. The mindfulness meditation, as we know, allows us to live in the present and build awareness. There's a loving kindness meditation called metta. And what this is cultivating compassion and love towards yourself. For people who have highly dysregulated emotional states, this is a really, really great way to find the blockages in your emotion. And remember, emotional dysregulation, and we'll learn all this next week, I can't wait, is having too much emotion, or no emotion at all. So low or no emotional expression is still dysregulated emotion. You didn't ace something, you just repressed a lot of stuff. And it happens, and we'll talk about implicit messaging and why it happens so often. So the loving kindness helps us to be present with ourselves and give ourselves some compassion that we haven't had in a long time. And it's silently repeating phrases like, may I be happy, may I be healthy. Then extend those wishes to others. And that really gives us that empathy and reduces some negative emotions and judgments that we hold on our hearts. We have body scan meditation. So again, sitting quietly and being aware of different parts of our body. We do progressive relaxation, which is a body meditation, just kind of going from head to toe, just noticing each part, which reduces tension and builds a connection between the mind and body, which we become fearful of when we are under duress. And chronic trauma or chronic stress will create a phobia between the mind and the body. We have transcendental meditation, which is a specific mantra to transcend ordinary thought. So we sit quietly and just kind of repeat this mantra given by a certified teacher. So it's really connecting to you and a specified source, which will allow you to have a very deep relaxation and sense of self-awareness. There's a movement meditation, almost like Tai Chi is not a movement meditation, but it's really being able to connect your space to the space around you. And so we use physical activity as a form of mindfulness and meditation and connecting with the here and now. And that is like yoga and Tai Chi or mindful walking. The 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is great on a mindful walk. It allows you to focus on your movements and sensations and connect that mind and body through movement. We have visualization meditation, so picturing specific images or places or goals in your mind, which really helps you to reduce stress and enhance your motivation. And then we have the Zen meditation, which is a seated meditation emphasizing awareness and letting thoughts come and go naturally. And that's that specific posture and focus on breath and simply observing your thoughts without any attachment to it. And that helps you to create a sense of presence again and cultivate insight. And then there's lots of videos about guided meditation and being able to just sit and listen and allow somebody to move you through into a present state, which is a very healing process to have. Now, there's a lot of misconceptions about meditations, and I want us to go through each of those as well. The first misconception is that meditation requires a completely clear mind. And as we talked about in our mindful video, it doesn't. The more restless the mind, the more that meditation is needed. It really is about just observing and letting go of the attachment to the presence of thoughts. And that you have to sit cross-legged to meditate. No, meditation's practice in sitting in a chair, lying down, on a walk. As we said, there's some movement meditation, so you can do this literally anywhere. So don't let that stop you. It's only for relaxation. Meditation is for a lot of things. It helps you to build awareness and build a mindful state. It helps you to find presence. It helps you to find connection and insight into yourself. That it takes a long time to work. A meditation can happen within, as little as 5 to 10 minutes. You can start seeing transcendence of value from that time of implicitly valuing yourself by taking that time for yourself. And that will neutralize you and start beginning a positive cycle. So there's a lot of good things. Meditation is connected to religion. That is a misconception. It is not connected to a religious practice. Although there are some roots in a spiritual tradition, it really is a tool for everybody to build for their mental health and well-being. That you need a lot of time. And again, you don't. That is a misconception. You need 5 to 10 minutes a day. You can meditate literally anywhere. It's setting an intention and being purpose-driven with it is what's going to help you to transcend that mind. And that meditation is boring is the last misconception I will give you. And it is not boring. It is a way of growing, and it may not be your way of growing, but I do highly recommend, if you don't think it's your way of growing, that you try it, because it's something that is necessary. Having that distracted mind is not going to serve you, and it's not going to help you. And so what we want to do in order to be successful is to set realistic expectations. We're not looking at going on a 3-day retreat to a mountaintop and sitting there in silence for all 3 days. That is not what meditation is. We're just trying to spend 5 minutes of just purpose-driven intention of being quiet with our thoughts and acknowledging that they're there. And there's other ways in which we can go on YouTube and find a guided meditation. There are things that we can do to say, I choose me, and I choose me right now. And that is going to make a world of change and difference. We talked about last week building unshakable confidence, and it's all about the dopamine pool and the positive cycle. This is one of those opportunities where you're really investing in yourself and it will have monumental impacts when you do. So what do you need? I mean, really all you need is yourself and a quiet, distraction-free space. So if you have that, you have everything you need. And there will be, if you go on to the video description, we have everything that you need to start your journey in meditation and being able to have a mindful presence. It really is about connecting with the here and now and staying in a present place. And meditation is the activity that allows you to start building that mental space and that motor memory of being in a present place. I am Jennifer Evans with Empowering Wellness Counseling Solutions. Thank you so much. Hi, it's Jennifer Evans. I hope you are liking my videos. If you do, please comment below. Let me know if you have any questions. If there's topics that you're just dying to know about, and why do I do this and why do they do that? I would love to answer them. I do come from a cognitive behavioral background, but as we see in some of my videos, I love object relations. I love attachment theory. I love Erickson and his psychosocial developmental theories. So I do pull from a lot of different places in order to kind of build out that our thoughts, our feelings, our behaviors, something triggers it, and there's always a consequence after it. And that is the beauty of life and why we have a lot more control over our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors than we give ourselves credit for. This is a huge passion of mine, a calling, if you will. And I am here to support you. I've written 2 books, and I've got, the goal is 3 a year. So I've got several that are coming out in different, on different topics. But what we have right now, and you can go click on the Amazon link in the video descriptions below, but we have Saying Goodbye to Bad Brain. This is going to go and teach you everything you need to know about your negative narrative. So if you feel like life is hard and it just feels like you don't understand people or you don't understand why somebody you love keeps making the dumbest mistakes and decisions, what is their problem? They have bad brain. Go read about it. Find some empathy. Find some grace, because that is just them recapitulating their past. And we do it for ourselves and other people do it to us. And so when we know what they're doing, it makes it feel a lot less annoying and a lot more like we have agency over those experiences. So Saying Goodbye to Bad Brain. I also just released, and I'm very excited, is Key Steps to Living a Happier and Healthier Life. This is a workbook that is going to help you define what your values are, what success is for you, and what your vision of success, and it is going to go through everything that stresses us out and makes us live in suffering and despair, allow that bad brain to get involved, and instead of living in the present. So this will go through all the main things: building a work-life balance, being able to be good enough, finding radical acceptance, decision making, which who would have thought that that was something, but it really breaks everything down that prevents you from living a happier and healthier life, and then allowing you to challenge those thoughts so that you can. So these are the key skills. So in my practice, I take the ABC model from Albert Ellis, through CBT, and I kind of open it up to this kind of overarching trajectory. And so we have awareness, acceptance, action. So the 3 A's of my treatment, support with others, whether that's coaching or in therapy, through my books, and I have success groups as well. So I've got a lot of supports, and I use the same model. And that is, we need to build awareness about kind of why we do the things we do. We accept it. We don't agree, but we accept, okay, this is kind of my trajectory. I can see how it all comes together. I see trending patterns. I see how I act the same way, actually. I get frustrated, but yet I'm acting the same exact ways because it is predictable, because that's my brain. It's bad brain working. It's a really good book. And so then we have action. And so I teach you lots and lots of ways to understand what the brain is doing and how to counter, how to challenge, counter, and do opposite actions. And so we have lots and lots of ways. The Bad Brain book has tons of ways in which we do that. And then the workbook has ways to start reflecting. We have exercises, activities, and journal prompts. And this book will actually, Key Steps to Living a Happier and Healthier Life, will follow my success group. So it is a 6-month success group. We break it down into 9 weeks. This is part 1, is living a happier and healthier life. Then we're going to have, we also have a part 2 section and a part 3. So you can come in at each of those sections, and it will have a continuous flow. Part 2 is our emotional regulation. So we're really looking at the relationship we have with ourselves and how the bad brain comes in and makes us reactionary, and how to calm and be more action oriented. Part 3 is interpersonal skills. How do you relate with others? How do you make yourself available? The key to life is you can't control the outcomes. You got to put all those processes out there. How do you put yourself out in that process to help others and to let others help you? That is section 3. We do have a subscription program, so accountability is everything, and it is in my first part of this workbook. So you can sign up, go to my website, counselingwellnesssolutions.com. It is in the description, and check out all of these great programs that I have set up to help everybody live a happier and healthier life, no matter where your state of change. Thank you so much. Please like and share my videos. I would appreciate it. Thank you.